Hey everyone, we are finally on the road. This video is going to be a little bit just kind of catching up. We don't really have anything planned for this video. We just haven't recorded in a while because there's been a lot going on. And so we're just going to kind of catch everyone up on that, and then just, you know, it's part of our journey, part of our story, so we want to document it. So I think the last we left everyone, it was like 3 weeks ago. I think we had just picked up the new trailer, and we had just talked about how we had got the truck. And then we were on our way to Portland because we were flying back home to visit with family for a few days, and then we were flying back into Portland, and then we were gonna continue on our travels. And so I think that's where we left off. I think we talked about the issues we had picking up the trailer. Just kind of like a recap, the RV dealer didn't want to give us as much money as they had originally said for our RV because we had renovated it. So there was kind of some beef there, but we got it all handled. And all in all, I think it went pretty well. So when we got back from visiting family, the plan was to basically land at the Portland airport, pick up the dogs that were being watched by a Rover sitter, and then we were going to just go get the trailer that was like about an hour away at just some county park, and then we were basically just going to hightail it back east because we're planning on just doing a bunch of stuff out east, or kind of back home. However, on our way out, we broke down, and so that sucked. But before I get too much into that, I just want to say we used Rover to watch our dogs while we were gone. So for those of you who live on the road like us, or travel a lot, it's kind of hard if you need to leave your dogs. It's kind of hard to come up with a solution. We've left them with friends before, other full-time RVers, which is great. We've had offers of like friends of friends we know in different cities who would watch them. We haven't gotten to do that, but that would be great, and that's an option. And the other one is there's a couple different kind of dog sitting sites that you can use and services. One of them's Rover. We used to be Rover sitters, and basically the best way to explain it is kind of like Uber for dog sitting. So there's an app, you look up for, you know, sitters around you in your area that would be willing to watch your dog or whatever. Sometimes they come to your house to watch them, or you can bring them to their house. We used to be Rover sitters in Indianapolis, and not to like brag or anything, we were really good at it. Or Lindsay was. It was mostly Lindsay's thing. And so we decided to give that a shot in Portland, and it went fine. The dogs were fine. They were, you know, well kept. You know, the lady did a really good job watching them. However, they made their expectations very clear on how much we would communicate between us and the Rover sitter. And they made it very clear, like, if you ever wanted to ask any questions, or you wanted pictures of your dogs, or just anything, just to text them. And they were just like really bad at communication. Normally, I'm not like upset about it, but like normally I wouldn't have been kind of annoyed by it, except that they clearly, like, they set their expectations, or they set our expectations very clearly of like, if you want anything, just message us and we'll get back to you as like right away, is what they said. And every time we messaged them, it took more than 24 hours for them to get back to us, and 75% of the time they didn't even answer our questions or send us a picture or like whatever we were asking for. So it was just kind of frustrating, but they did do a good job watching them.
Yeah, I thought that the Rover thing would go a little bit better. I think maybe we would try something else next time, or just not leave them.
Yeah, ideally we just wouldn't leave them. They don't do very good being left, and honestly we probably do worse than they do when we leave them. Anyway, so back to our whatever I was going. I know this video is going to be a little bit different, kind of just rambling, catching everything up. So when we landed, we were headed back east. We picked up the truck, picked up the dogs, picked up the trailer, heading east. We made it to Seattle, and we were on 90 eastbound, going over, I don't know how to say any of the names of anything in Washington, so I'm not even gonna try. I'm gonna try. It's Snoqualmie or Snow, I don't know. It's whatever that mountain pass is that goes east out of Seattle. We're on that stretch of road, and right before the mountain pass, the engine on Walter, he basically exploded. So I don't want to go maybe into too much detail about it. What happened was the water pump seized, and then that caused the fan and fan clutch to like break off of the drive shaft of the fan, all that, and then it rocketed it forward into the radiator, and then that spinning fan just ripped up everything in the engine compartment, like everything, and it was bad. The Ford dealer that we brought it to said that was the most carnage he's ever seen in an engine compartment, not from an accident. It was pretty bad.
It was bad, you guys.
It was bad. It ended up costing a lot of money.
A lot of money.
And then on top of that, the tow. So the tow is expensive. So if you don't have tow insurance, go get tow insurance. Because even if you have a trailer, we thought it wouldn't be that much for the truck and trailer compared to like a motorhome, but it ended up being a lot, just as much, because we had to tow two things. We had to tow the truck and the trailer. Anyway, so I know, like, we really wanted to record all of this while it was happening, but the camera was stuck in a drawer that we cannot get out. It was stuck in the RV in a drawer that we can't get out without putting the slide out, and we were on the side of the highway and we couldn't put the slide out. So since we couldn't record this while it was happening, we just kind of decided we'll just kind of do a recap once everything's all said and done.
Yeah, we kind of felt like we lost all motivation to record after that. So
yeah.
If you want to check out the live version, I did some Instagram stories. You can check out our highlights.
So we were able to call a tow truck, but it was like, it had just gone into like after hours. So we needed like a 24-hour tow place, and it ended up being expensive. We got the truck towed to the nearest Ford dealer, which was Evergreen Ford in Seattle. They ended up being awesome. It was expensive because we chose to go with that dealer instead of the dealer we actually purchased the truck from. The dealer we purchased the truck from offered to like maybe do it at cost or just some other things, but we honestly don't know if we really trust them to do that, because they kind of, we feel like maybe did a little bit of a sketchy job in the initial inspection and stuff of this vehicle. And so we thought if we did it through Ford, we'll be paying more, but once it's all said and done, we'll feel a lot better about this truck than if we had brought it to the original dealer. Then the RV, the trailer, got towed to an RV park, the only RV park in Seattle that we could find with availability, and we went to a Tall Chief RV park. And when we purchased this trailer, we actually, so 2 weeks before all this happened, when we purchased the trailer, we got 1 year free of 1,000 trails. And it just turns out that this RV park we got brought to was 1,000 trails. And so, but our account hadn't been activated yet, so they charged us for the first week, but once we had activated it, they reimbursed us. So it was awesome. So we got to stay there. Normally it was like 370 bucks a week, 60 bucks a night or something like that. And it was a nice RV park. It wasn't like amazing, but they had like a hot tub, a sauna, a pool, nice facilities and stuff. So it was pretty awesome.
There was a place we could even play fetch with Ella, which was really nice. But the best part...
Yeah, the best part of all of this is we get towed there. The one thing we wanted to do in Seattle that we didn't get to...
And that we were sad about, like, actually...
There's a lot of things we want to do there.
A lot of stuff we wanted to do. But we were actually pretty sad that we weren't going to be able to do this one thing.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that RV park was right across the street. Yeah,
so the RV park ended up being right across the street, or just a few miles from Duthie Hill Bike Park. And so for any mountain bikers, Duthie Hill is just amazing. It is so fun, but we were gonna have to skip it, and we felt really bad about that. But it turned out the RV park was right there.
It was so fun.
Yeah, so we were stuck in the RV park for about a week and a half, and so I caught up on I planned on catching up on work, but then we actually both got sick. So it was just such a mess, you guys.
It was the worst colds we have ever had. Like,
yeah.
We were like, I mean, actually
fevers and yeah.
And it was so bad. It just really knocked us out. But we still got to ride Duthy.
Yeah, I'm still getting over it a little bit, but yeah, so we got to ride Duthy, which was so fun. And then, when it was all was said and done at the end of the week, right before we picked up the truck from being fixed, our good friends Steve and Tess from the More We Explore and Dusty Betty, they were able to meet up with us, and we were able to ride Duthy with them. And so that was a blast, and actually kind of made everything kind of worth it. The fact that we got to hang out with them one more time before we head east, because we probably won't see them for a little while. I don't think our paths are going to cross for a little while, so I'm really glad we got to hang out with them.
It was just so much fun. We really needed to have like some fun during all of that, so it really softened the blow a little bit.
And now we're here, and now we're headed back east. Yeah, anyway, so the truck's performing well. We are loving the truck and trailer setup. We honestly thought we'd always be motorhome people, but the setup has been awesome for us so far.
It definitely fits our travel style a bit better, I think.
Yeah. And so I'm able to work. I have my setup here. I got my laptop plugged in here. I have a little inverter with my charger plugged into there, popping out, and I can just plug it right in. So I've been able to get some work done while she's driving. We've been kind of going off and on. Anyway, love it. So right now we are headed back east. We're going to South Dakota because we are changing our residency to South Dakota. And so there's a lot of benefits about that. We'll get more into that as that happens, and how we did that, and any issues we end up having with that. We'll do that. And then after that, we're meeting some family in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan for like a family vacation. Hopefully, if we can make it, because now we're really pushing our time frame.
Now we're a week behind, so.
Yeah, we're a little over a week behind our original time frame. So hopefully we can still meet them there in time. And then the summer and the fall, we're planning on spending some time in the Appalachians, maybe Maine, New York, Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and just kind of hanging out with family a little bit, because we haven't really seen family in like 8 months, except for when we flew home. But so yeah, we're kind of excited to explore that area a little bit more. Anyway, I know this was a long ramble, but we're just, letting everyone know where we're at, documenting this for ourselves because it's part of our story. We really wish we could have shown what happened. We try to show the good and the bad of RVing.
That was the bad.
As much as possible. That was the bad. I'm sad we didn't show it in the moment, but like I said, we couldn't get to the camera right in the moment of it, and then we thought it was, we'll just wait. And then we got sick and everything, so. Anyway, I know this was a ramble. If you made it this far, awesome. Props to you. If you have any questions, let us know. And I guess I hope you enjoyed our ramble. Yeah, thanks for living life with us, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.